No, I can't hear you. Can you? There it is.
Unmuted. Okay. I did a break too in the recording, so that way we have two separate ones. So it doesn't get too long. So, all right, guys, we're going to do, we have a separate getting started training than kind of what goes on every Wednesday night. This just has a little bit more mindset stuff, stuff about the industry and whatnot that I think is really essential. And the reason we put this together a while ago, after there's a gentleman named Eric Worre who is one of the leaders in the industry. He's not in any specific company, but he's just all about teaching people how to be a professional in the network marketing space, and did some great trainings and things that we really need to set up people to help for success, just having the right mindset going into this. So I'm going to do the first part. Katie is going to take over a few slides in. She sounds a whole lot better than me right now. All right, go ahead, Katie, to the next slide. And my mom showed up to surprise us for my son's birthday, so. All right, so just to give you a little bit of history, and one of the things that I think has been really, really like monumental and important and good that our leadership has done and has kind of transferred down, and we're continuing to transfer down, is the belief and the vision truly of what we have in front of us. We have some great mentors here, and they did this for me early on, because in the very beginning, when Fabio was like, okay, I'm going to launch this into North America, some of our leadership got to sit down just in a hotel room with him and a few other people. And so early on, when we're truly pioneering this, they're like, we were there, we got to hear it from the horse's mouth where we're going with this. You have to borrow our belief. And then I went to Thailand last year, and I got to hear it from him. And, this has continued to evolve, and getting to spend time with the leadership and the corporate side of our company. And so now we get to do that for you all. So when I went to Thailand last year, it was really, really life-changing, honestly, because it was so significant hearing what this man's vision for what we're going to do in healthcare and technology, that I was able to just walk away completely from a business I had built for 3 years and was making steady full-time income, because I knew this was going to be so much bigger. So just hearing, I like to help people know even some of his backstory, because I think it's pretty cool. The reason he moved, so this company is 7 years old and was in telecommunications before, and the whole reason they moved into wearable tech. So he's a diabetic, and his father passed away from diabetes also, and he worked for the Italian government, and Fabio saw his quality of life start to decline, the older he got, as the illness really kind of took its toll. And so quality of life went down, and then he ended up passing away a year after retirement. And Fabio just felt helpless. It's like, so I've invented a touch screen. Like there's lots of things that I can do. Like, I want to impact this. I want to help impact quality of life for people around the world and create something. And he happened to see this movie. It's like a 1980s movie. And I should find out what it was called. I don't even remember what he said, but it was just, there was these like warriors in the movie, and when they got damaged during battle and got injured, they had these much bigger than what we have, but these things they wore on their arm that gave them this like system scan, and gave them basically a reading and where their internal organs are damaged and what was going on. And he's like, aha. And so we went back to his team of scientists, and he's like, we need a wearable that's truly this health monitor. So just kind of getting to hear that and knowing about where the App Store was going, it was truly incredible. And it's exciting, because we're starting to see all this stuff come to fruition now. And another gentleman that I want to mention that we don't get to hear a lot about, because he's a background player, is a man named Keith Halls. And if you're ever just bored, which most people aren't, but just Google Keith Hall and his background. So he was with New Skin, and that's a multi-billion dollar company now. That if you ever see the white toothpaste stuff, that's what they've been lately kind of known for. But he took them from a brand new baby company up into success. He is a very, very wealthy man in investments, and such a sweet, gentle soul. He's been retired for quite a while, because he's, a multi-billionaire. But he heard what Fabio was doing in the network marketing space. So he's like, oh my goodness, like, this is incredible. This is going to change the game in network marketing. And he got in contact with them and came back, and he's known our global master distributors for many years, back when they were all baby network marketers. And he's just like, I can't sit and watch and Fabio offered him a position on the board for World Global Network. And he's like, you guys, this is going to be a revolution. This is going to change everything. And so we got to hear when he was first offered that position on the board, him accepting it and coming on. So just know that we have some pretty incredible people behind us. All right, Katie. So on the whole side of the industry, one of the things, especially if you're new to this space, that I think is a place you want to spend some time in personal development. And that's one of the gifts of what we have here is everybody from our leadership, from myself, Katie, up to Tanya, Seville, and Rachel, Romasio, Chad, and Natita, and Nat and Chanita, personal development. You will hear that same tune over and over because it's so important. The person you are today should, as long as you stick with this and be consistent and kind of link arms with us, you're going to be completely different in terms of your leadership and your business skills and all that kind of stuff in a year from now. What I've gotten from this, I am confident that I could move into any company in any sort of capacity and do well. And that was more than I got in 4 years in another company. So it's a huge blessing. And one of that is being your confidence in the industry of network marketing itself. In the US here, it's getting less and less, but there are still people that are skeptical. They'll think what we have is amazing, and then they hear it's network marketing, and they're like, oh, it's one of those things. And your posture and your position on that can change that conversation. So if you're brand new or you find yourself that conversation, if somebody were to say, oh, it's one of those things, if it kind of makes you go, like cower and sink back or not know what to say or to be just like, yeah, and not want to defend that in any way. I encourage you to educate yourself. And one of the best books you can read, I think, is called GoPro by Eric Worre, Worre. And it's really, really good in the industry and the profession. And I promise you, it'll give you some things that'll make you very confident in where you are. And so here, I just have some basic facts here on the industry, but it's going to grow leaps and bounds. And it's going to go more in the next 10 years than it did in the last 50. And so when somebody says, oh, it's network marketing, or is it one of those MLMs? I'm like, yeah, it is. Is that a problem? And then usually, or if they say, is this one of those pyramid things? I say, what do you mean by that? And you'll find that most people don't even know what they mean by that. They've just heard that term. And so it's a lot of times it'll kind of, you're one of those things where the person at the top is making all the money. And I just say, you mean kind of like corporate America? The CEO that's been there the longest probably has the most experience and possibly education behind him is making the most. And his managers right below him are, making a little bit less time in service and making a little less. And then the salespeople, depending on the structure we're talking about. Yeah, typically it can be set up like that, but what's cool here is it doesn't matter your age, your race, your background, your education. Nobody is going to tell you what you're able to make here. You can come in and get to work and grow as a person, and the sky's the limit. That's the difference. And so again, it's just your posture. So just educate yourself if that's something that's a concern and you want to grow in. The other book I'm going to recommend is called Growing Your Empire or Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. Do that after the GoPro. And this is just, we're going to talk later on this about your daily routine. Setting 15, 20 minutes every day. If you can't read books, I have no time to sit down with a book very often. So I downloaded an app called Audible. Katie, you want to go to the next slide? And then I can listen. I can download this stuff and just listen to it when I'm folding laundry, driving my kiddos around, or just whatever. And that's how I get that in. It's super important to set time aside every day for some personal development. So kind of moving into the business side of this a little bit, the very first thing that we teach, and this is starting from the principles from our global master distributors, Nat Pranaputra, that if you don't do this first, it's like buttoning your shirt and starting with the second one on the first one. Everything you try to do the rest of the way down is going to be a little bit off. So that's why this is so important. And it's defining your why. And I know some of you on here have heard this before. So maybe sometimes you just need to readjust. Some people's going to be hearing this for the first time. Or if you're finding that, I have a why at one point, and I realized it wasn't truly my why because it wasn't strong enough for me. It wasn't like, sometimes it's income driven. So for some people, it's, I want to grow so much as a person. Yeah, I want to make some money, but my personal success and being able to watch myself set a goal and accomplish it, that means more to me actually than the money I'm going to make. So I see myself at President Millionaire, and I want to do the personal growth to come and know that I got to the top of the first ever technology-based network marketing company in the world. So just define that for yourself. There's no successful person in this industry that it doesn't have a why and hasn't spent lots of time thinking about this. You'll see right behind my computer, I actually have pictures and stuff from our conventions, and Chad and Natita signing a $100 bill for when I get to president, and just a whole bunch of stuff. That's because that personal accomplishment, that's huge for me. But I'm also driven by income related goals and what it's going to do for my family and dreams my family wants to do. So figure that out for yourself. Write about it, journal, pictures, whatever's going to keep it front and center, because there's going to be days that and sometimes even weeks where it's like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. Like, when am I going to fit this in? And if you don't have something that's so like makes you to your core when you think about it, just like when I think about my vision and my why, like it makes, like, sometimes it can bring tears to my eyes, like so powerful. And not everybody's here to change their life. If you're just like, oh my God, what is she talking about? I just wanted a hobby, or I wanted to make an extra $500, and she's getting all emotional on me. That's okay too. Everybody's has different drivers and whatnot, but we have an amazing vehicle here, right? So I never want to short sight someone's vision, because my first mentors here never watered down the message we had, and they could have, and I wouldn't be where I am today. So that's why I always want to kind of stretch you a little bit, and you can bring it back. If it's not, you can bring it backwards a little bit. So with ups and downs, there's things mentally we want to prepare you for. You're going to have days and weeks where you're just like, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, everybody I'm talking to is seeing it. I just got to build it back. I'm a team developer now. Like, you're going to have that. And then you're going to have days where your best friend just said, I can't believe you're involved in this. Like, we have had some like people like that. It's like kicks you out. You're just like, what the heck? And people that you're closest to, my whole other side of my family isn't super. Like, I don't think they've ever so much as liked a post on Facebook that we've done. And we're pretty proud of what we have going on here, and they won't even hardly acknowledge it. And that we could let that affect us. But we let it fuel us instead, so you're just going to have ups and downs, good weeks and bad. So know that. So don't let keep your highs, still keep yourself grounded, and let your lows the same thing. Just kind of roll with it and know, this is the part of being an entrepreneur. I'm going to embrace the journey and give yourself grace. So the personal development, know that it's going to take developing new skills. It's just like when you get a new job. The first time you came into, if you're a nurse, you didn't walk out of high school and be like, I know everything I need to know about being a nurse. I'm good. I'm just going to walk in on that first clinic floor and I got this. You had to learn some skills. This is a profession as well. So there's skills that you're going to learn with talking to people and following up and understanding personalities and creating conversations. And, there's just a whole bunch of things that are also going to learn. But what's cool about these is they're so transferable into other aspects of life as well. And you couldn't be in a better company to be linking arms with people to teach you these skills. I think that's kind of all I want on there. And the word grit, that was on one of there. That is such a powerful word. I love it. There's books on the word grit as well. And it's just kind of having some stick-to-itiveness. And you know what? When people say, I've tried this industry, I've been in a company before, it never worked for me. And I push back a little bit and I just say, can I ask, do you feel like you really treated it like a business? Did you, even if it was an hour a day, did you consistently stick with it for more than just a couple months? Not one person that has said this industry, they didn't make it, or it wasn't for them, or, they failed before. They all have said, no, you know what, I really didn't. There's like 10% of the people that come into the industry truly make it up and make life-changing income. It's because they have some grit and they realize this isn't a get-rich-quick thing. It's going to take a little bit of work and development. Okay, next slide, Katie. But what's really cool is the time for money transfer. So typically, and this is industry-wide, in our company, because it's technology and it's instantly global, this stuff, we have seen this move faster than the industry average, but let's just use the industry averages, because even at that, in the first year of coming into this industry and in your business, I want you to let go of all outcomes. I want you to commit to just growing as a person. You're likely going to make some money along the way, but you're just going to learn. You're going to learn some new skills. You're going to learn this business. We're going to launch some phenomenal products and impact some people's lives. But then year 2 and 3, that's where, again, industry-wide, that's where people start to make some pretty significant part-time income for those that are working this part-time. Years 5 to 7, that's where people in the industry are making radical income. So it's, at first you're feeling like, oh my gosh, the hours I'm putting in, the dollars I'm making, something doesn't seem, I'm not making as much as maybe I did in my day job, or was it I do in my day job. But then if you stick with it, because of the residual income component here, you are making, eventually people are like, I feel really guilty about how much time I put into this now for the money that I make. Because you've built a team, you've built a customer base. And through for us, it's our app store and that loyalty membership. Now you're getting paid for the rest of your life on things you worked hard for a few years. Not that we say you're going to quit then after a few years. You'll hear the professional industry advocates, still, because now that you've made it and your life has changed, now you get to really change other people's life. That's what it's all about. You're out there just teaching other people to do what you just did, and taking them from financial ruin to complete financial freedom, and removing that burden from them. So that, just kind of know that if you're in the beginning and when you're kind of in those down points, understand and embrace the journey, and give yourself grace for the process, and don't compare yourself to other people. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody is bringing different skill sets and different backgrounds into this, and having different experiences that maybe give them a leg up in this avenue, but they have growth in that and whatnot. So just super important to have that kind of right expectation and mindset. So here's where we're going to get into some of the X's and O's. I'm going to pass it back over to Katie. She's phenomenal at all of this. So thank you guys for jumping on. I'm going to turn my camera off and go visit with my mom for a little bit. So again, before I kind of transition, does anybody have any questions on some of that stuff that we just talked about so far? Anybody? It's more kind of theory, mindset stuff. All right.
Right, Leah?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Leah. Honestly, you guys, that's probably maybe a handful of times that I have listened to her present that first part of these slides. And I keep telling her, will you just record it for me? Because I just want to listen to it over and over and understand, because I'm new to the industry too. So thank you, Leah. I appreciate that so much. Go enjoy your family time. Okay, guys. Get your pens ready. I know some of the stuff Leah just did discuss, so we're going to go over it pretty quick. Just know that for our company here with World, every Monday at noon, they have the President's Update. The reason why this is important, if you cannot jump on your lunch break on Mondays, it's always going to be on the cnworldgn.com. The reason why it's so important is because we're in technology and we're changing so fast all the time. And whether we have new apps coming out or new devices coming out, whatever the case may be, they will always, each and every week, discuss the brand new stuff that's happening or what has happened in the previous week. So even if you can just jump on for like the first 15, 20 minutes, they will fill you in on what's the brand new information. And then once they're done with that part of it, sometimes it takes way longer, sometimes it's kind of short, depends on what launched that week. They will have a president from somewhere in the world do a training. And every single one of them, I've never missed a Monday update. If I could not be on it live, I always go back that evening and I watch the recording on the site. But the presidents, you guys, the best part about it is you get to hear their stories. So you get to see presidents that are coming in as Uber drivers, previous Uber drivers, drywall, sheetrockers, people who have been in the industry for 10, 20, 30 years. It's really, really neat because you get to see who these presidents are and where they came from, what's their past in the industry, and now they're coming in to teach you what they've learned through all their years of experience. And not only that, but you get to use their stories. So like if I have a construction gentleman coming in, you know, and he's like, well, who am I? I just do construction. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm like, the amount of people that you know, and that's what this is about. And so then I'll pull in the story of a president, you know, out of Arizona. Well, that's what he came from. It's just really, really neat. Or if you're in an Uber and they're like, well, I'm just an Uber driver. And I'm like, you're an entrepreneur. You're out there hustling and you're working hard to make ends meet. We have a gentleman in our company who's a president millionaire who he was driving Uber a year ago to pay for his children's private schooling. So it's just, as you learn their stories, it's really cool because then you get to use that when you're prospecting your friends and family and people that you meet out there in the world. So again, Mondays, that's the President's Update at noon. And then every Saturday, they do a world overview training. So kind of like what Leah and I are doing right now with you guys, but it's for the entire company. And so it's called Team It's Our Time training, and it's for the entire company, and it's always done by presidents. So that's, again, it's really great. You get to hear their stories, and then they incorporate their little nuggets. And I've never not been on one where I haven't written like a page of notes. They're really, really good. Those are the two president trainings, one on Monday, one on Saturday. And then we, as our team for Strong Living, our president Tanya, on Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. Central, she does a really quick, we just do a 30-minute, we welcome our new team members, we congratulate the rank advancements, and then she always does like a quick little training just to kind of, and then a Q&A. So that's where you guys can bring your questions if you don't feel like you want to put it into the Facebook page. It's just a really good community for you to meet the new people that are coming in as well. The weekly world business overviews. This is very, very important. People always ask me, how did you get to diamond in 8 weeks? And I tell them I plugged into the system. I shared a 3-minute video of what the information was, of course, allowing them to say yes to hearing about it. I didn't just spam them. I didn't just throw the video at them. But once they said yes to hearing more information on a business opportunity, I would send them the 3-minute video. And if they wanted to know more, then I would invite them to the live World Business Overview. That's done each and every night by, most often than not, diamonds and above. I was able to earn money while I was learning, and I was able to rank advance while I was learning. And I was just listening to all these different diamonds and presidents just help my prospects understand, and that's how I learned it. And I just listened to it over and over until I was ready to present myself. So the first thing we want you to do is we want you to create your contact list. Take a pen and paper. There's something very powerful about writing it down. And I had notepads and notepads and notepads sitting around my house. My husband's like, oh my gosh, how do you even know who to follow up with? Because you have a notepad over here and a notepad over there. So what he did for me was he made an Excel spreadsheet. If any of you are interested, even if you're watching this on the replay, find me on Facebook. I'm under Katie Anderson. Send me a quick little private message, and I will send you the link for the Excel spreadsheet. It's super great because it's like as you're prospecting people and talking with them and having conversations, it will show you, like if they say no to the opportunity, it'll redline them. If they say yes to the opportunity and they're in, then it green lines them. If they say, if you're still in the process of showing them the videos, it will put them in yellow. And so that way you know who to do your follow-up with. So that's just an easy, simple method that I use, and anyone's welcome to that if you'd like. And then it has a bunch of different categories and stuff you can click on just to keep your people straight. But if you do not have a contact list, you don't have a business. You must. They tell us right out the gates, get 50 to 100 people written on a list, whether you're taking it for social media. What my husband did was he Googled how to download Facebook friends list into Excel. And he just Googled it. It popped right up. It showed a short little video. And he took all my Facebook friends lists and just put it right into my Excel spreadsheet. So that's something you can do too. But you have to continue to always expand. So make sure, especially because we're in technology, we're not in lotions, potions, pills, skincare. You're not focusing on just like 40-year-old women. You're looking for anyone and everyone from the youngest of the age to the oldest of the age, male, female, doesn't matter. We have a plethora of white-collar professionals joining us in this adventure and this opportunity because it's technology. So please do not leave anyone off that list. Focus on your list first. I always tell people, if you have purchased something from someone that has been a small business owner or a network marketing or an entrepreneur, and you've hosted a party for them, or you've purchased $50 or more from them, put them on your list. If you have purchased $50 or more from them in your lifetime, they owe you 3 minutes of their time to watch a quick video. So guess what? The gentleman at Subway that I've been buying subs from for many, many years, that gentleman owes me 3 minutes of his time because I spend way more than $50 at Subway. Think outside the box. Think about your hairdressers, your chiropractors, your doctors, your nurses, anyone that you have had contact with that you've ever done a favor for. Reach out to them and ask them to do a favor in return for you. And if it's awkward for you to say, hey, do you keep your options open when it comes to making money? Or, hey, are you looking for a business adventure? Just be like, hey, I'm so excited. I'm starting a new business adventure. Will you please do me a huge favor? Take a minute and 3 minutes of your time, watch a quick video for me, and let me know what you think. Ask for favors. Most often than not, people around you, they want to know, well, what is she doing? What is he doing? Oh my gosh, okay, well, that's cool. But always, again, like I said, do not throw up all over your friends and family. Make sure that first and foremost that you ask them if they're open to seeing the 3-minute video. So whether this is done through a text message, whether it's done through a phone call, or you're setting up a coffee date, make sure that you are having connections with these people on your list. The first thing you want to do when you've written down your first 100, Chad and Atita told us while we were in LA 2 weeks ago, if you're looking to go diamond, president, and beyond, your list better have no less than 500 people on it. If you are just starting out, make a list of 100. But the first thing you want to do is you want to look for your board of directors. Or for me, being a prior law enforcement officer, I'm looking for my first set of lieutenants. These are the people you want to do business with because they cover all the aspects of people that you admire or that you want to do business with. You want to link arms with them and you want to run this opportunity along with them, and you can all earn while you learn together. So those are the people you want to call first. Make sure that you focus on what exactly is that conversation going to look like. If you are just starting out with our company and you really are not sure what to say, trust me, the best you can say is say so little. Ask them, hey, do you have 10 minutes? I would love to talk to you. Get them on the phone and let them hear your excitement about this business opportunity that you just happened to come across that you're super excited about. They are going to not necessarily hear what you're saying, but they're going to feed off your energy and your excitement. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, Doreen, of course you can send me a 3-minute video. What are you doing? And all you have to do is, okay, are you able to watch it right now? And if they're like, of course I can. Okay, I'm going to send it your way. And then I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes. Is that okay? They say yes, perfect. Send them the 3-minute video, and in 5 minutes, follow up, get back on and say, what did you like best? And find out. Maybe there's nothing about that 3-minute video that excited them and didn't make them lose sleep like it did for you. If that's the case, that's okay. Because guess what? A no is just as good as a yes. It just means that you're eliminating them as your board of directors. You're getting them off the list. However, you guys, I still, to this day, I'm still working on my top 10 that I originally reached out to in the very beginning. I'm having conversations with them. 7 of the 10 have joined me. The other 3, they're coming. Because everyone's coming to world. It just depends on when they're ready and in their time. So you have to be respectful of that. But let them hear your excitement. Let them see what it's about. And if they say what they liked best about it was a feature on the device, you say, oh my gosh, me too. I joined this because of the device, and I love what this device can do and how it can help you with your family. Or they say, oh my gosh, I can make money doing this, Doreen. Are you serious? And they're like, of course you can. We're going to do this together. And they're like, well, how do you make money? You're like, hey, just so you know, I'm just starting and I'm going to learn right along with you. So tonight at 8 o'clock, give me 30 minutes of your time and I'm going to send you a Zoom number, jump on with me, and we're going to watch and they're going to teach us all about it. And you're going to love it. And they're like, okay. And guess what? If they're like, oh my gosh, Miss Doreen, that doesn't work for me. I can't make it at 8 o'clock, but I'll be available at 9. You're like, great. We have recorded ones. I will send it to you at 9 o'clock tonight, and I'll call you at 9:45 and we'll catch up and we'll talk all about it. I can't wait to see what you think. That's all I did for my first 8 weeks and going to Diamond. That is it. I talked them to joining me on the 8 o'clock live so that I could learn with them. or I sent them the recording and they watched it, but I always set the time and the appointment. I always made sure, what time can you watch it for me tonight? I'm dying to see what you think of this. And if they're like, well, the kids go to bed at 8:30, so let's say 9 o'clock. I say, okay, I'll send it to you at 9 o'clock, and at 9:45, let's get back on the phone. They're like, all right, well, I can't wait to see what you're doing because you're so excited. If they hear it, they're most oftenly going to want to know what's going on. And then last but not least on here, it says master your 90-second commercial. This is a big deal, you guys. I didn't realize how important this was until we were at Chad and Atita's the other weekend, and they were talking about repetition and how key it is, because if you run into someone or you're stuck in an elevator or someone sitting next to you at the plane, network marketing, this is a huge deal. I just met an incredible lady who just joined our team 3 weeks ago in my network marketing group. She was talking about her company that night and presenting, and they gave me 30 seconds to a 30-second spiel. I threw out my 30-second spiel, and immediately she's like, we need to talk. I need to know more about your device. And next thing you know, a week later, she joined our team, and now she's running for a team builder. So that is how powerful that 30, 60, 90-second little blurb about what it is that you do can mean in getting someone excited and getting them. If you go to them and you're like, well, I'm with this company and it's like a wearable tech and like this is the device and I'd have to explain it to you, and you're just like totally unconfident, you don't really know, they're going to be like, okay, well, I'm glad you're enjoying this adventure that you have no idea what you're talking about. But if you're like, hey, I am with a global technology company that for the first time ever is partnering with healthcare. It's this device right here. It's kind of like a Fitbit, but it's way better than that. It does all your bioparameters, and it also has a guardian function on it. So with my father 6 hours from here, I can see how he's doing all day, every day from the inside out. In like 10 seconds, that was it. And they're like, what? Like, well, tell me more. And then you can start getting into more of a conversation. If you're brand new, you send them to me, to the diamonds and above, to let us do the work for you, okay? Until you're comfortable doing it for yourself. And so this was a couple of the things that they had talked about at the retreat. And it says, what do you do? And this is what one of the guys said. And so Leah loved this, so she added it. And he said, I work for a leadership development company, and we are empowering thousands and thousands of men, women, and family members from coast to coast to help them change their status from employee to business owner. It has nothing to do with world. It has nothing to do about the device. All they're doing is they're talking on a global scale about how great this opportunity is and how they're changing lives. People are like, well, what is it? Or here's another one that I use this one all the time. I say we have a proactive real-time health monitoring device, and it's personalized to you. There's so many features out there that you can download for yourself at the heloappstore.com. And you can let them go in and search and see all the new apps and all the new stuff. It's very, very exciting. So the method in this is step 1. Ask them if they're open to a business conversation. If they say yes, I get them on the phone. If you would like, you can send them a 3-minute video. Entirely up to you. Make sure you follow up immediately. Step 2 is getting to a business overview, whether it's a recorded one when it works for them, or it's the live one at 8 p.m. Central each night. Follow up. If they have more questions after the fact and they're still interested, you get them on a 3-way conversation with your upline team developer if they're doing 3-way calls, or a diamond or your president leader. Make sure you let us do the work for you, and you let us answer their questions, do it appropriately, professionally, and let us do the close for you. As you learn and you see it a few times, it will help you to do it your own way. And then last but not least, when you get onto the 3-way call, make sure you edify the person who is bringing you on tonight. So when we first started tonight, the first thing Leah did was she edified me before I got into talking about the device and what it could do for you. That is what we do, because even though Leah and I are both diamonds, we still want people to know how incredible this leader is to me and what they've done and where they've come from and what is a little bit of their history. It just makes it that much more professional. So getting social, a few quick tips. Make sure if you are on Facebook or Instagram, make sure LinkedIn that you have a very professional pic or your cover photo. Because if you're adding people on Facebook and you have a picture of you being like, ah! And they're like, oh my gosh, I am not going to entrust that person to financially be linked with me to run my business. Make sure they have a professional picture. Make sure that it's nice. Make sure it's appropriate. You'll see on some of the leaders, you'll see them like up on stage holding microphones. People love those types of things. They're like, oh, well, she's teaching other people how to do it. She can definitely teach me how to do it. Just make sure it looks nice. Make sure that it's professional and it's not of something that's inappropriate, okay? Another thing too, we've done a lot of training on is creating curiosity and attraction marketing. So one thing that I did with one of the gentlemen on my team, and it worked really, really well, was this was what we posted for him. We just put on there, we just said, I've just gotten involved with a new technology company. I believe in multiple streams of income. I've never been more excited about my future. If anyone is looking to add additional revenue streams, I'm happy to share. Another one of our guys, we just put on there and said, I've just partnered with a new technology company that is working its way into the healthcare industry, which are the two largest industries in the entire world. I'm looking for my next set of leaders. If you're interested in learning and earning from home, please drop a message below or send me a private message. And people want to find out, what is it you're doing? But nowhere in there do we say World Global Network. Nowhere in there do we say Hilo, because you guys, you don't want them to go out and you don't want them to do their own research on their own. You want them to come to you. You want to get them on the phone. You want to have an honest conversation with them. And you want them to be able to see, this is what we have and the excitement that you have to share it with them. So when it comes to Facebook, if you just post like words on your Facebook, the least amount of people, because of how they've changed their algorithms, are going to be able to see your post. If you add a picture, a few more people will be able to see it. But if you go Facebook Live, that is where Facebook will explode it through your family and friends and your Facebook friends list. So just know that that is why you'll see a lot of people going live a lot and very often. It's because it's the biggest outreach. And every time Facebook adds something new, so like when they added stories or they added Facebook Lives, that their algorithms change to allow you to connect with more people on that avenue, because they want you to start using that brand new avenue. So that's how Facebook works. Staying compliant. Know that we have a product disclaimer as well as an income disclaimer. We have to make sure that we stay FTC compliant. With our company, there are so many rules and regulations because we are governed by the Direct Sales Association. However, because we're here in the United States, for those of you that are here in the US, we have to maintain FTC compliant because we are a network marketing company. And we are the first ever that are bringing technology into the space. So we want to do it right. So what that means is when you post something about World on your page, just put in there, please, for a full income disclosure, go to www.worldgn.com. Or for a full product disclaimer, please go to www.worldgn.com. Just put those on your post so that way you're covering yourself, because you don't want someone to come back and be like, well, I thought it was a medical device and it didn't work for him, or it didn't catch this. And we want people to know that no, we're not a medical device. We're just a real-time health monitoring device that is personalized to you, okay? Interacting with those that you want to see your stuff. So Miss Kay Fichetti and I were having a conversation today and talking about the new people that we've added onto our Facebook page. And so what I do is I connect with them. I send them a quick little message on Facebook Messenger, say, thank you so much for connecting with me. Excuse me. I would love to connect further and learn from you as I've just started with this industry. Something along those lines to just pique their interest and allow them to be like, oh, okay, well, she's following me. That's great. And then most often than not, and then I'll go onto my spreadsheet. I'll put their name and information in. I'll put in where I connected with them, if it was LinkedIn, Shaper, Facebook, you name it. And then I will blue line them. I will put the whole thing blue. So for me, it means I haven't reached out to them. I haven't offered them a business opportunity, but it's someone that I want them to continue to keep seeing my journey. So you want to go into their stuff every once in a while and comment on their new stuff, because that in turn allows them to see yours. The more communication you have back and forth, the more it allows you to see each other's stuff. So you don't want your news feed to just be full of just world people. Is it great that world people are liking and commenting? Yes. But is it allowing you to find new prospects? No. So if there's people out there you want to connect with, make sure you go in and you're every once in a while commenting on their stuff. And then promote engagement on your post. So as people like your stuff or share it, those types of things will allow more and more people to see it. When you're posting, if you watch like Seville and Rachel, they're professionals when it comes to social media. They have like 50 emojis in their posts. The reason for it is because all these emojis, Facebook loves emojis, and it allows it to see and be sent to more people. Again, interact with those that you have just friend, and then keep your pages 80% personal and 20% business, because you don't want people to think that you're just throwing up all over them about your business and how great it is and the device and how awesome and blah, blah, blah. You want people to get to know you and that you're a real human being, that you have a life outside of world, and that you love who you are and what you do. And again, that's the curiosity and attraction marketing. So you can pick. So for me, I am a mother of boys. We're obsessed with sports in our household. I'm a diamond leader with World. I'm married to my best friend. So like I keep my posts pretty streamlined to all of those things. But then I also will share stuff from my friends' pages for their businesses to help them grow their businesses as well. And then they do it for me in return. And then last but not least, when you're on LinkedIn, do not connect with other world global network people, because when you do that, all of your first generation people that you are close with, it will connect. So let's say Carol adds me on LinkedIn. Whoever is my first set of people that I'm connected with, it's going to then connect them immediately to her. So then all of a sudden, we are both propositioning the same set group of people. So do not connect to other World Global Network people on LinkedIn, because it will then combine all of your people, and it will start to ask you if you want to connect to all of my people, and ask me if I want to connect to all of Carol's. Does that make sense? So that's how LinkedIn works, because they want business professionals to link with other business professionals. But in the network marketing world, that's a nightmare if we're all sending the same people the exact same blurb about, are you interested in, when it comes to making money. So just a little recap. Again, 3-minute video, invite your prospects to the live Zoom, and if needed, get your prospects on a 3-way call, and make sure you're using the validation. In Strong Living, you'll be able to search under the files. There will be a bio section for all of your diamond leaders and above. All of our bios are in there. You can go in there and you can pull it up real quick on Strong Living, and then you can just pretty much read it real quick. Especially if you're on the phone, it's super easy because you're just reading it while you're talking to your person while having your diamond on the phone. It's just a really great way to streamline it into a very business professional conversation. Okay, so when you first start, know your role. I know I should not ever read a slide to you word for word, but I'm going to in this case. When you first start, your job is not to explain the kilo or the opportunity. Your job is not to field the questions. Your job is not to sell your friends on the product, the company, or the opportunity. You only have one job. That is to notify your friends and family and colleagues you've started a new business, invite them to watch the 3-minute video, and invite them to the next webinar, and then to get on a 3-way call. That is it. If you start trying to answer questions and you try to be the expert right away in the beginning, guess what your friends and family are going to think they need to know and they need to do? They're going to think they need to be the experts, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, well, Carol just filled me full of all this information and she just started. And how am I ever going to learn all that? No. You bring in, you edify them with us, and let us pretend we're the experts, okay? And by pretend, I mean we're all still learning each and every day while doing this business. So make sure that you use us as the experts, send them to your diamond or your president leaders and above, and make sure that you do not throw up all over them and feel like you have to know every single thing about this business. Learn or earn while you learn. The 2-day phenomenon. This is pretty awesome. If you want, you can take a screenshot of it or take a picture, whatever the case may be. But if you remain consistent in this business by doing the 2-a-day phenomenon, it is going to explode your business. And what does that mean? It is literally talking to 2 new people every day. Someone you meet at a social event, someone you've met online, someone you've got your hair done by for the first time, 2 new people that you haven't talked to before, just doing 2 new a day. And you can see on this graph, you guys, what does that expand into? If you do it 5 times, times 2, that equals 10 reach outs, right? So essentially it's 12 exposures. This is how this grows. So if you start at 2 a day and you send out 2 videos a day or 2 new conversations, that's 2 exposures a day. They say about 5% of those really truly are going to, become a recruit or whatever. But if you do that, I mean, that's essentially, you're looking at 3 new recruits a month. So if you take that times 12, that's a lot of new people. The thing about it is you must remain consistent. And not only by just sending out the 2, will you do the follow-up? Because you might get 2 new videos sent out that day, but did you follow up with them to see what they like the best? That is so worth it. That is a big deal. And you can see how Ramasio went so fast, because when he first started, he was doing 74 a day decisions, 74 decisions a day. So you can see how he got, hundreds of recruits, right? Because you can see how those exposures equal into how many recruits you're going to get for that month or for that year. It's pretty incredible. Let's see, someone. Oh, Sienna, totally agree. Follow-up is the key. Yes, absolutely, you guys. And that's where I honestly, that's where I was lacking probably for the first while in my business, was I was so good at having conversations and getting the videos out. And then I'd be like 3 weeks later, I'd be like, oh my gosh, Nate, what did you think about the video, buddy? I'm like, man. By then he's like, I have to rewatch it. So if you do it consistent and you stay on top of it, set the expectation, you'll be good to go. All right, so your daily routine, you guys, this is very, 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 very big time key. Again, if you are doing this part-time, which 99% of the people on my team are, because all of them have full-time jobs, you can decide how much of this you can fit into your day. Just know that all of this and most of this that you're doing is not just business related, but it's also taking care of you. So focus on personal development. Give yourself, for me, I try to do 30 minutes a day. And when I do that, it's while I'm doing my workout. So if I'm on my bike, I plug my headphones in and I listen to Eric Worre GoPro. Right now I'm on Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. And I just plug in and I just listen while I bike. Or if I'm on the elliptical. That's how I kill my 2 birds with 1 stone. While I'm working out, I listen to my personal development. But it's so key because you want to make sure that you're keeping a very positive mindset and you're keeping and being around people who are going to uplift you rather than knock you down. Your daily prospecting, pick your number. If you are just starting and you just want to do 2, that is so fine. That's great. Stick to it though. Don't just say I'm going to do 2 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm taking the next 4 days off because it's the weekend and I don't want to talk to 2 new people. Just stay consistent. Get up 5 seconds earlier and send out 2 new invites. That's it. You can do everything by your phone, everything you need to do from anywhere in the world. And then your presentations. What is your number of presentations a day? So I can tell you for me, my number is 22 daily prospects a day. And then my goal is 3 to 5 presentations each day. That, you guys, is coming from a diamond who's working to go president. So where are you at in your journey? And what will get you to where you ultimately want to be? Okay? When I was running for Diamond, I can tell you what I was doing at the very end was I was doing what I called the 20-20-10 system. I was doing my best to reach out to 10 new people or 20 new people, trying to get out 20 presentations, videos and stuff. And then I was doing 10 follow-ups with team members. And I was trying to do that each day, but I was doing it because I was running for a new rank. Follow-ups, again, the fortune is in the follow-up, absolutely. And then helping your new team members getting started and doing it right and helping them get to their promotion. So that is what your daily routine can consist of. Those are the 5 things. So each day at the end of the day, you can rate yourself a 1 through 5. So today I got my personal development in while I did my workout, right? So I get my 1 for that. My daily prospecting, I did not get my 22 in today. I think I maybe did probably 12 to 14. So that for me, I would not count number 2 as a point for me. I did my amount. I did well over 5 presentations today as far as sending videos and having phone calls. So I get 1 for that. Follow-ups, I got my follow-ups in from the previous days. And then helping a new team member getting started right. I did do that today. I did meet with one of my brand new team members today, and we set up all of her new stuff and got her started writing. But I did not get her to team builder, team developer, so I don't necessarily count that as a 1. So today I would rate myself a 3. Each day, just rate yourself out of those categories. Am I a 1? Am I a 2? Am I a 3? Did I get to 5? Did I help one of my team members get to team builder or team developer today? That's really exciting. It's a big deal. But if you stay consistent with your daily routine, pick your numbers and you do it right, it's going to pay off dividends in the long run. Enrolling a new partner, go to your store, whatever your user ID name is. So for me, I'm KM Anderson. I'm kmanderson.worldgn.com. That's where you go. That's where you send them. They can pick their pack, and that's how they create their profile and they get started. And so you want to make sure that you share the benefits of purchasing the builder bundles and talking about how that duplicates in your organization. People are always going to come to you and say, well, Carol, what did you do? And you're like, oh, I bought a 4-pack of Vans. They're like, oh, okay, well, why did you do that? And you're like, well, I put one on me, one on my husband, one on my daughter, and then I sold the other one to get some money back. And so they're always going to ask you. People are always going to want to know, why are you doing this? What's in it for them? And where are you at right now in your journey? They're always going to ask, well, how did you get started? Stuff like that. So launching with the builder pack, it'll maximize your compensation plan because you have 500 on your right, 500 on your left. And by doing a 4-pack of bands, that will complete that process. Once you do that, you earn 20% commissions on your lesser leg for life. Be a product of the product. Gift it to your family, your friends. You can sell the extras. Again, and then what sets you in motion carries you in motion. When you believe in the value personally, they will too. When we were on the Pro Packs, you guys, I mean, those were going like hotcakes because I believed in it. And I was like, man, if they had the Pro Pack when I first started, absolutely I would have done it and gotten 72 bios then. If I just sold the bios then, I got all my helos for free. Absolutely. I believed in that package so much. Other people just bought it because I always believed in it so much. So if you believe in the product, I know you guys are laughing at me, but it's honest. It's so true. If you believe in the product, it's for sure. And what you can do with it and how it works, they're going to be like, okay, well, let's just sign up. Let's do that. That makes sense. So very first one, if you have not received your Welcome to World Team Rhino document, please send your sponsor a quick personal message or a text message. Say, hey, I haven't gotten my World Team Rhino document yet. Please, please, please let us know so we can send that to you, because it's going to discuss everything we have in here, but you're going to be able to visually see it all. And so for some people, that's how they learn. And then it has all the clickable links in it to be able to set up your devices, to be able to see how to get started right, to how to do your follow-up, what types of verbiage can you use to invite to a launch. Leah has done a phenomenal job with it. So I know we had about 14 new people start just in our organization. That's not including Leah's side and Suzanne's team, you name it, in the last 2 weeks. So I know there's people out there that we have failed in getting them this document. So if you're watching this, you're watching the replay, please, you have not received this document, let me know and we'll get this to you. Very first thing we want you to do, achieve getting to Team Builder. This is so incredibly important because once you've got it, you never lose it. And it allows you to afford to have everything you need in order to make your 20% commissions and continue to grow your sales volume. That's a huge deal. All it means is one on your right and one on your left. You can see on the slide here, if you have one person come in with a band and another person come in with a band, you'll open up your 2 legs, you become a Team Builder partner. You will make 10% on your lesser leg until you have reached 500 sales volume on your right and 500 sales volume on your left. Once you've completed that, you'll then go up to Team Builder Executive and you'll get 20% on your lesser leg. Okay? Does that make sense? Any questions? Anyone? We're good? Okay. So get your 2 people. That's the very first thing we want to help you do. Then we want to go on to helping you get to Team Developer. This is the very last way that it opens up our compensation plan, and you have access to everything, all the bonuses, the trips, you name it, right? And so when we were at Chad and Atita's, it was funny because they said with some of their leaders, they'll have like this whole crew of people on their screen, and they're like, okay, all you need to do in order to open up and maximize your compensation plan is 2 get 2, 2 to get 2, 2 to get 2. And they're like, next thing you know, they got the whole, everyone's chanting from all over the world, 2 to get 2, 2 to get 2. And they look at it and they're like, that's all I need to do to get all my commissions and check matching? They're like, so I get these 2 get 2? And he's like, that's it. That is all you need. And you keep it for life. And he's like, the leaders from all over the world are like, I could do 2 to get 2. That's it. And he's like, so I got these people chanting, my 2 to get 2, 2 to get 2. And we were dying laughing watching this grown man do it. It was hilarious. But it's true. It's just a cluster of 6. You get a Team Builder on your right and a Team Builder on your left. Just know that if you bring in one person with a builder bundle, 500 sales volume, another person with a builder bundle, 500 sales volume, and you help each one of them to get there too, if those 2 come in with single bands and you get 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, and 100 here, sorry, it was inappropriate, you will become Team Developer. You do not have to have 500, 500, 500, 500. Does that make sense? You just have to have a team builder. It does not have to be a team builder executive on your right and a team builder executive on your left. You just need this person to get 2. They can be 2 customers. This person to get 2. You become a team developer for life, opening up your check matching bonus, which will go up to 10 generations deep as you promote through the company. Okay, and again, duplicating the process. This is our welcome letter. Congratulations for joining. And it has, again, like you can see, all the clickable links in it. This is something that we as your sponsors can send to you, and it talks about your fast start business guide and all those kinds of things. And then you just click on the links and help you to get started. And how to, because we ultimately want to help you get 5 on your right and 5 on your left, because we want you to build a really, really, really good foundation. And so the first thing that we ask people is, do you want to go fast or do you want to go slow? If they're like, I want to go fast, I want to make some money, you're like, okay, then what we're going to do with you is called a launch call. So tonight is Thursday night. So pick Saturday night or Sunday night. Let's say Sunday night at 8 o'clock. You are going to invite as many friends and family as you can to that launch. Once they arrive, give them 35 minutes of our time and let us present all the information and do the slide deck for you, for your friends and family. And then, stay on after and answer questions and help them with anything they might need. And if they want to sign up, we can help them get signed up as well. But just so you know, that's what a launch call does for you. With some of my people that have joined, if they want to go really, really fast, I set up their first 2 to 3 launches for that week, and I'll do like a Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that way when they're calling someone, they're like, hey, I'm starting a business venture. It's combined with technology and healthcare. I would love for you to give me 30 minutes of your time on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And they say, I can't do it Sunday night. They're like, okay, well, what other night works best for you, Tuesday or Wednesday? And they're like, Tuesday night I'm open. Like, okay, I'm going to send you the link. It's a Zoom link. Try and get on a few minutes early to get set up and get in. And then Tuesday night, I'll see you then. And then on Tuesday, an hour before that session begins, you will send them that Zoom link for that night as a reminder for them to jump on, because you talked to them a week ago, inviting them to the Sunday night launch, right? Couldn't make Sunday. And that's a really awesome way for you to go fast, because you are allowing these people to have 2 or 3 options as to when they can jump on with your diamond leader and letting us do the work for you, excuse me. Again, your support systems, all of this is in that document. Just know that this is a customer care service line, 844-967-5346. You guys, you can call them and you can tell them that you just want to call back when they're not busy. They'll call back within minutes. It's awesome. They're doing such a great job. How to access your account, other supports. You can do how to set up your iPayout. How do you get paid? The Google Drive to Leah for all the resources you could possibly imagine. She really has set this up in such a simple way for you to be able to just go in, see what do I need, and click on it. And Mondays, Katie talked about a president's update on Mondays. How do I do that? Pull up this guide and just click on the clickable link. It'll take you right to the live. It's all laid out for you. It's really, really awesome. And last but not least, your thoughts control your actions. Your actions dictate your habits, and your habits run your life. Please, 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 if you're having one of those down days like Leah talked about in the beginning, find someone that attracts to you positively, have a conversation with them. There's a lot of people that come to me and they're like, I just haven't had a great week. I've been completely out of it. What do I need to know that's new? And I'm like, all you need to know is go back in zone 1 and start talking to people. Because what will always get you out of that slump or allow your team to want to start working again is if they see you doing what they should be doing. So just make sure, you guys, that if you don't have the vision in the company and you haven't grasped onto that yet, or you don't quite understand where this is going, borrow the belief from Leah and I and Suzanne and Tanya and whoever your upline is. Borrow it from us. I have not missed an event, not once, since I started with World. And the reason for it is because as I go from event to event to event, it grows my belief, my vision, and my understanding of where this is going greater and greater and greater and greater. If you can't be at those events, borrow it from me and hear it from me. If I just got back from LA and you're like, oh my gosh, how was your weekend at Chad and Natita's? You better believe I'm probably going to give you 30 minutes of my time and I'm going to be like, bleh. But it's because it's so amazing and I want to share it with everyone. So trust me, it's okay. You're not bothering us. Obviously, I can't spend all day, every day on the phone talking to people about where I've just come from. But just know that if you don't have the belief in this or the vision in this and where it's going, please, please, please borrow it from us. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Please unmute your lines and let me know if you have any questions on anything we talked about or anything that you need clarification on.
Hey, Katie.
Yes, go ahead, Carla.
I just have to say that was an excellent training. I mean, I haven't had the opportunity to listen to it, but just the mindset piece of it, and just like I can just see it as a new person coming on. Like, it gives you so much direction, and it's so different from the other ones that, I mean, it's just wonderful. So thank you for that. And I don't know where all those documents are, that like the support systems documents and stuff like that, but yeah, I need those too.
We will send you